Hi, third graders. Great job using the partial sum addition strategy to break our two addends into parts to make them easier to add. We knew that we needed to add these two numbers together to find the sum. So we looked at place value and we said, all right, these are huge numbers. Let's break them down by their place value parts. We had how many thousands in our first addend? 2, so we put TH for thousands. Hundreds, we had 6 of them, so we wrote a H for hundreds. 7 tens, T for tens, and 8 ones, O for ones. What about our second addend? How many thousands did it have? 1,000. How many hundreds? 2 hundreds. We had 9 tens, T for 10, and then an O for ones. We had 6 of them. So after we took a look at the place values of our numbers, we said, okay, we are adding 2,000 something 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 plus 1,000 something something something. 2,000 plus 1,000 is going to be at least 3,000. So we made an estimate guess of 3,000. But we also noticed that beyond the thousands place, there were lots of hundreds. Those are big values. And in our other addend, lots of hundreds. So maybe when we combine all those hundreds and tens and ones, we might even be closer to 4,000 instead of 3,000. With all those hundreds. So after we looked at the place values and we made an estimate, our answer is probably going to be between 3,000 and 4,000. We said, all right, let's solve. We're ready to add. But adding these two numbers, 2,000, oh, that's such a large number. What if we break down and decompose? And stretch out this number into its parts based upon place value. So we said, well, in this first addend, we had 2 thousands, 6 hundreds, 7 tens, and 8 ones. We wrote this addend in expanded form. Then we looked at our next addend and we said, all right, let's break it down. It's a complex number. So we said, how many thousands does it have? 1,000. How many hundreds does it have? 200. What about tens? 9 tens, which means 90. And how many ones? 8 ones. After that, remember, we're doing partial sums, so parts that make a sum. So let's find the sum when we add these parts together, thanks to our expanded form. 2,000 plus 1,000 is 3,000. 600 plus 200 is 800. 70 plus 90 is 160. We said 7 plus 9 is 16, and then they're tens, so 160. We had lots of tens rods. And then 8 plus 6 is 14. We combined those two numbers since we are adding. We're finding the sum we're adding. So we combined 3,800 to find 3,800. And then we brought down 160 and 14 because we've got to add those two, all the parts that make up these two addends. So after we added 3,800 plus 174, which was our sum from 160 and 14, we got a final sum of 3,974, and we wrote our sum up here. Wow, and look, when we check it with our estimation, 3,974, it's in between 3,000 and 400. Was our estimate close? It sure was. Great work. Now, if you were having trouble there is some, with adding these complex, large multi-digit numbers, there's another strategy that I want to show you. So this video is going to look at one other strategy for adding these two add-ins. And I like to call it the place value chart. So, as its name suggests, place value is very important. So let's break up our place value. Here's our ones. Next is our tens. Next is our hundreds. Now, this is the next step in making the place value chart. We're going to write ones, tens, hundreds, thousands. This will be my ones row. This will be my tens row. This will be my hundreds row. And this will be my thousands row. That little S means thousands, hundreds, tens, ones. Okay, we are ready to get started. So, I am taking a look at my ones first. We are going to add our ones up. So remember, when we used partial sums, we broke up our tens and our ones and our hundreds and our thousands. Well, what about our ones? 8 plus 6? 8 plus 6 is 14. It's very important that only one number goes in each box. What about our tens? Okay, here's our tens row. We've got 7 plus 9. But wait a second. If we're using tens, does that really just mean a 7 and a 9? That means 70 and 90. We're in our tens column, so that's really 70 and 90. What's 70 plus 90? It's 160. Notice how I put one number in each square, one digit in each square. So great, that was my tens. My tens added up to be 160, just like they did in the partial sums. Next, we're doing hundreds row. Let's look at my hundreds. Oh, there's my 100. Ooh, 6. And there's my other 100, 2. So instead of being just 6, it's really 600. And instead of being just a 2, it's in the hundreds place, so it's really 200. 600 plus 200 is 800. Did I make sure I just had one digit in each square? Perfect. That was my hundreds row. I wonder if we got the same answer when we did partial sums. We added our hundreds. 600 plus 200, 800. Nice. Last but not least, the thousands. Let's find our thousands place. Here it is, thousands column. 2 plus 1. Is that really 2 plus 1? Oh, it's 2,000s plus 1,000. So 2,000 plus 1,000 is 3,000. Now, the rest of the place value chart is simple. We add up the numbers from each column, from our ones, from our tens, from our hundreds, and from our thousands column. So in the ones column, we have 4 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 4. Let's move to the tens column. 1 plus 6 plus 0 plus 0 is 7. Let's move to the hundreds column. 1 plus 8 is 9, which of course really means 9 hundreds since it's up here in the hundreds column. 600 plus 200 is, let's see, I had to borrow. So we had our 70 plus our 90, and that was 100, let's see, 160. So we wrote that there. Perfect. I'm checking my math. Okay, so we were adding up our hundreds. 1 plus 8 is 9. And then our thousands column, we're bringing down the 3. So I just used what was called the place value chart. I started with ones, then my tens row, then my hundreds row, then my thousands row. And then I was able to take a look at my ones. We say, let's add up our ones first. So we went to the ones column and added 8 plus 6 is 14. 1 digit per square. 1, 4. Then we said, all right, we're doing tens. Let's look at our tens. 7 plus 9, which is really 70 because it's 7 tens, plus 9, which is really 9 tens. So 70 plus 90 would be 160. 160. Then we said, let's do our hundreds. So we checked the hundreds column, which was a 6 and a 2, which really means 600 and 200 since it's in the hundreds column. So we wrote the answer 800. And last but not least, the thousands column, we said, okay, let's check the thousands. 2 plus 1, but it's in the thousands column, so it really means 2,000 plus 1,000. 2,000 plus 1,000 is 3,000. And the last easy step, just go down and add in your column. 4 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 was 4. 1 plus 6 was 7. 1 plus 8 plus 0 was 9. Nothing plus 3 is 3. Is this answer the same as our sum from when we used the partial sum addition? It is. So using this place value chart by making a row of ones, a row of tens, a row of hundreds, and a row of thousands, and then adding down those columns, gave us the same exact answer as when we used partial sums, when we did parts for thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. So now you have 2 strategies for when we have these multi-digit addition problems with 2 add-ins and you have to find the sum. You can break them apart and decompose them with our expanded form, or you can use this place value chart, which has you make a row of ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and then you think about how many you have, your value for each. Okay, I hope that you now are able to solve multi-digit addition problems using partial sums addition, putting them into parts based upon place value, or using a place value chart.